Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sagittarius, welcome into your reading, guys. This reading will be with you from the 16th of December until the end of December 2021. Okay, we'll check three kinds of energy in your case at this point. The first will be your recent past energy, your current energy, and then your immediate forthcoming energy, the next few days, weeks, whatever the time period could be. Okay, so let's call upon a divine source, our angel guide, and my divine source into this reading for you, with my spirit guide, angel, and ancestors, for this reading for you, Sagittarius. And let's see, what is your recent past energy talking about here? Recent past. All right, and then we move on to your current energy that you will be experiencing around this portion in time, to see what your current energy is, right? Let's get into your current energy, guys. See what your current energy is talking about here. And we'll move on to your immediate forthcoming future energy to see what it is at this point in time. Let's move into your immediate forthcoming future energy here. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups, guys. So you're definitely, Sagittarius, you're definitely looking at something that concerns your emotional understanding. Okay, something more related to your heart, something which is very close to your heart desire, something that you want to tell somebody, you want to do something for someone, you want to make something happen for somebody in your life, or just simply following your heart desire, whatever that situation could be for you, but something which pertains to your emotional understanding more so, right? Some of you could be feeling that energy where you could be feeling a little bit more sentimental about situations in life that probably has not happened, and you have gone through some kind of emotional upheaval, right? Something that you want to tell somebody, you are feeling very sentimental about something in your life that you probably want to communicate, let it out kind of a situation. But whatever that is, Sag, it is something very deeply related to your heart understanding, because then you have the Eight of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Cups, right? So, the King of Pentacles. So there could be somebody in your life, Sag, who is in the King of Pentacles energy maybe, and wants to tell you something, or it could just be you, where you want back your stability first, but at the same time, you also want to, do things right. You want to do things right. You probably could be having somebody in your life as a mentor, who is probably, from whom you're probably learning about, communication and action, or you're getting that wisdom in your place, in yourself, as to what you need to do with regards to communication and action. Some of you could be even having a travel plan that you probably want to visit a place, you want to see a beautiful place, which probably brings back a lot of good feelings, right? Following your heart desire to enjoy a vacation time, to take time off, do something that, you really want to make yourself feel good about something, that will allow your emotions uh, to be in the right place more so, following something that you want to follow. Um, like feeling more sentimental but good about situations in life for some of you as well, right? But whatever it is, we'll see. Okay. Now, your recent past, guys, is talking about the Five of Cups, the Moon, and then you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is your energy. So you could be very impatient in yourself. You want to move past some kind of blocks and fears, some kind of learning lesson about your emotions. You don't want to stay in that place anymore where you feel a lot of things are in hiding, you're not sure, and you have also learned some lesson that is more so related very closely with your emotional grief or disappointment in life, right? And that could be your subconscious that we are looking at, where you feel that your subconscious is not feeling really great about certain things. There is a lot of regret for some of you. There could be a lot of disappointment, right? And that disappointment, that regret could be out of fear that you had created. Some of it could be just plain illusions that you have harbored in your own understanding, in your emotional self, right? But whatever that situation is, guys, you want that to be over, right? You want to take some kind of action towards that situation. And for some of you, you could be a little bit impatient with this energy. You want things to be more open, maybe. You want to feel happy now. You want to get back a sense of fulfillment in your life. You want to take some kind of adventure in your life, but you're not sure about it, maybe, and you're scared of something in your life, right? But whatever that situation is, we'll see. It is creating a little bit of impatience in you. You want this energy to be cleared, right? And you want to take action to clear certain doubts in yourself, certain misconceptions, certain illusions, certain fear, that has created a lot of regret in the past, a lot of disappointment for you, right? So this is your past energy. So somewhere you have been blocked from moving forward with your own understanding or your subconscious or shadow energy, anything, right? That could be where you're feeling impatient. You don't want to deal with that energy anymore, right? Let's look at the Five of Cups, because something over here that you possibly could have achieved, but you could not. And now you feel that sense of regret. You feel a sense of loss in you. You feel a sense of disappointment in you, for some of you as well, right? Which is with regards to your self-esteem, that probably you did not do things in the right way because somewhere you lacked some kind of self-esteem in yourself, or maybe devotion to your own self. You were not being very fair and just to your own self-worth, right? So something about that situation And that could be because you had a lot of pride and ego, right? And you were very more focused on that situation, on your pride, on your ego, and you were not being thinking from your heart, basically, right? So there was this kind of a very a loss you're feeling today, that only if you had taken hold of the situation in the right way, only if you had used your authority in the right way, maybe you would have had a better result out of some emotional disappointment, regret, loss that you have experienced in your life, right? Because of the moon. And this could be clearly your subconscious state of energy that you're feeling, or it just could be that you had too much of fear or illusions, and the fear was mainly your own illusion. It was not the truth. You dreaded that fear because you invited that fear. Let me put it that way. You invited that fear in yourself, and that fear in turn drained your self-esteem, right? And to fight back that energy, when you knew that your self-esteem has been drained, you got in a lot of pride and ego, right? So you got in a lot of pride and ego just in order to tell yourself that no, you're okay, right? You're okay, and everything is fine, right? So this is a kind of a lesson here that you are learning, or you have learned in the recent past. Please talk to me about the moon here. So something that you feel today that you could have done better with your own understanding, with your own self-worth, that you probably did not put it in. Yeah, see, light bulb. Yeah, there is an aha moment, where there is a lot of this subconscious energy. You will suddenly discover that what you were thinking, or how you were thinking, more so, not what you were thinking, how you were thinking, right, was wrong, or you were on the wrong track. You did not use your full potential or your full authority to do the right thing, right? And that's the aha moment. That's an enlightenment that's coming back to you. It's epiphany. You're learning to understand from, in your subconscious. You're learning to understand that suddenly you're realizing, or you have realized, Sag, that what you thought, the way you thought about things, was your doing. That was your doing. That was your wrong thinking strategy, more so. Please talk to me about the Knight of Wands, right? So this is where there is epiphany that is coming up in here, or has already happened for some of you, where you're actually, it's, more so it's like reevaluating yourself, woman, right? So there could be a woman involved in your life, somebody who is important to you, right? And there is something about that woman figure that you're learning to understand. And if it is you could be a woman. You're learning to understand where you have gone wrong in your own self. Or if you are a male dealing with a woman, even then you're learning to understand that maybe you had been too impatient and you haven't really played your cards right with her, right? And if you, like I said, if you are a woman, you're also learning to understand that you haven't done the right thing either, right? You haven't worked from your heart. Some of you have been very impatient. You haven't paid attention to your heart desire. You have used your raw power, the power of pride and ego, right? Where you felt that using your pride and ego, you could bring justice, or you could be fair and justful to a situation, and that was your wrong thinking. You can never use pride and ego versus justice, right? You can only use your heart to bring justice, but not your pride and ego. So there is a lot of breakthrough, a lot of enlightenment in your understanding that you're coming to terms with around this portion in time, Sag, right? Which is good, which is an understanding about somebody or some situation in your life that you have not worked yourself with some situation or with somebody in the right way, more so, right? Please talk to me about the woman here. So, yeah, you're learning to accept something, it is epiphany. You probably you never even thought about that situation like that. Yeah, see the bear, right? Where there has been a lot of, that you have judged somebody very harshly, maybe. That's because you were trying to protect yourself, Sag, right? That somebody was coming to you because they wanted your money, they wanted some kind of benefit from you. You could have judged somebody very harshly, more so I'm getting here. And that is where your realization is that judgment that you had taken for somebody in your life was more because of your own self, pride and ego, where you failed to judge something in the right way. You were too impatient with that energy to have taken time to understand a person better, or for some to understand yourself better as well, right? Your current energy, guys, is talking about the Six of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Four of Wands. So there is something in your life that you're trying to change. You're trying to liberate yourself from. You're trying to change some situation in your life that concerns your home and your home, money, right? Where with the Six of Pentacles, some of you could have been very generously giving things to people. And those were the people from your community, maybe from your family. You were overly generous, Sag. Whoever asked you for whatever they had to ask you. And it could be money, it could be your time, even your emotions. You did not think about it. And you were like, okay, here it is, ready to give you. Right? So all this situation, and that could be something that is directly related to your own personal situation with the Four of Wands. You were too giving, maybe, right? And this is your current energy. Because of this epiphany, you're coming to some kind of realization that you need to change something in yourself or in your life or in your environment, whatever that could be. Please talk to me about the Six of Pentacles here. Like, this is some kind of epiphany, an awakening, call it an awakening, a realization, a discovery, a breakthrough. It can be anything for anyone, right? Yeah, their soulmate. So, you have been giving very freely to people. You have had a deep soul connection with, Sag, or you feel that way, right? And you want to give, you want to reciprocate maybe in this time of this year, where probably some of you have not given or have given to other situations, right? And not to the right situation, maybe. Please talk to me about the swans here. Yeah, you want to bring in a balance here. Yeah, you want to bring a balance of equal give and take between relationships with people or with somebody that you are connected from your deep soul level, right? And that is where probably you're coming to your realization that you could have judged a situation or you could have judged somebody very harshly. But now you want to change that situation and you want to reciprocate. Because you want to reciprocate, and you want this time around, you want to reciprocate not from your pride and ego, but you want to reciprocate because you feel that from your heart or your soul. Right? That's what the story is changing. Please talk to me about the death card. And this is where there is some kind of liberation here that's happening to you. Understanding, tornado. Yeah. You know, some kind of liberation here. Right? That will end some situation in your life that you have done it wrong with your pride and ego, and you want to now do it right from your heart, right? But for which you have to also liberate your heart. You have to open up your heart. Let's talk to me about the tornado. For that liberation to happen, you need to be open. You need to open up your heart, right? Yeah, see the tower. Yeah. Yeah, there has to be a change here, right? There has to be a change. Whether that change is because you want it, it's a very raw energy I'm getting out here that you want this change to happen, right? You're probably having a lot of, you probably are harvesting a lot of anger from within you. You're still very angry on some situation in your life that you have done wrong, right? And you want to get over with it, right? And for which there could be a lot of aggression that you still have within you that you need to let go of, right? So that liberation, when it happens, will bring about the change of whatever that you have not been able to open up and do, or you have not been able to open up and say, or you have not had the guts to do it from your heart, right? Let's talk to me about the tower here. So there has to be a destruction and a liberation to happen for you to become more successful in your life. You know, where all of a sudden, once you're able to open that story up and that liberation happens, right, you will be the first one to do a lot of things. But for which you have to first let go of the old, change and liberate yourself, right, in order to finish something in your life or have that will to finish something in your life that you may have started, right? So whatever that story is, please talk to me about the Four of Wands. The Emperor. Okay. It's the King of Fire or the King of Wand energy, guys. Okay. So it is, becoming independent. letting go of the aggressiveness, but having that competitiveness in you to succeed. Not being aggressive. There is a difference between being aggressively competitive and being competitive in a healthy way, right? Or successfully. So, with this Four of Wands and the Emperor, guys, you could be a little bit impatient around this portion in time because you want to initiate something very quickly in your life. You want to make things happen very quickly. So some of you could be feeling that pull towards your regression. And when that pull happens, right, watch out for that. Calm yourself down. Be competitive. Nobody is saying don't be competitive. Have the will to win. But don't be aggressive. Because if you're aggressive and if you're impatient, then you won't be able to achieve what you want to achieve, right? So there is something that is coming up. This is your energy, As the King of Wands, you want to lead. You want to be the initiator. Please talk to me about the Emperor here. The Lighthouse. Yeah, see? Yeah, this is where they're saying that there could, there is a warning with this kind of an energy you're getting, right? If you're too aggressive, if you're being too dominating, if you're being too impatient, right? Watch out for that, because then you will bump into obstacles, and you will not be able to do what you're setting yourself or aligning yourself with some kind of a success story, right? So if you are very aggressive and you're very that kind of an energy, that my way or the highway, be aware of that situation because you will hit obstacles. So in order to avoid that situation, use a lot of tact and diplomacy here with people around you, with your friends, your partner, your colleague, or even your family. Don't be too aggressive with people around you at this point in time. Use tact, use more of tact and diplomacy to avoid obstacles in your life that will very well stop you from moving forward and will hinder your success, right? Just talk to me about the Lighthouse. So you have to watch out for that energy here. Because as you're trying to move out, see double. And if you can do that, well, guys, good luck, right? Then you will find that everything is perfectly working towards your own situation. Right? There will be a serendipity where things will come together, where situations will automatically line up for you, giving you the road to win, right? Making the road more clear for you without any obstacles. But you have to watch for that energy. So as you are liberating yourself, like I said, as you are liberating yourself and trying to bring back your heartfelt desire that you want to move towards, that could be with a person, could be with somebody in your life. You have the will to win over a person or a situation. Don't be aggressive with anybody in your life, even with a commitment, right? Some of you could become very aggressive with your commitment, with your marriage. That will stop you from moving forward. So if you want things to be working in your favor, then use a lot of tact and diplomacy in your life now in order to, bring around that good luck in your life, right? So in short, guys, don't upset people around this portion in time. Don't upset anybody, either with your action or with your words or with anything. Don't upset people, because if you upset people around this portion in time, you will not be able to move forward. That's what they're telling you. So watch out for that. Okay, now moving forward into the immediate future, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Two of Cups, right? So some of you could be single around this portion in time, and you are thinking about a partnership here. You want a partnership. You want somebody in your life you want to love, you want to be happy with, and that's where you want good luck. You want somebody in your life that brings in a lot of good luck, and you have the will to win over that situation. You could be very persistent around this portion because you want that good luck. You want to bring in that quality in your life, right? But again, like I told you, watch out for that, because right now, some of you, like I said, could be single or maybe thinking of becoming single. Some of you could be even thinking about that, and you want a partnership now. You're thinking about bringing back some kind of partnership in your life, right? Please talk to me about the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you could be thinking about earning a lot of money first, getting that financial freedom in your life in order to move forward towards with somebody in your life, right? So with the Nine of Pentacles, you are very focused on something. You want to be very direct here, more so I'm getting. You want to be very direct. Yeah, see the ring. You want to propose. Maybe some of you guys are, single and you want to propose. So you want to be very direct and straightforward with that person, right? You want to tell what is there in your heart. Please talk to me about the Archer. And that is again your energy, guys. You are very direct in here. Yeah, butterfly metamorphosis. Yeah, you are very direct, because thing is that there is a change. This is the time to be open about your situation, mask, yeah, of whatever you have been hiding, and not keeping it under covers anymore, Sagittarius. Telling somebody you love that yes, you love that person. There is nothing wrong. Right? There is nothing wrong. This is an evolution of the soul. And understanding that it's time to reinvent yourself. Time to be open. Time to be direct. Time to be honest and frank about your own situation in life. Like I said, some of you could be actually in that state of marriage. Right? You could be open to receiving and being direct about your situation, that yes, you're single, you're ready to mingle, you will be more than happy to accommodate people or somebody that you love, or you will find a partnership with in your life, right? So this is the time. And with the Hermit, you're thinking about the situation, definitely, right? You're giving it a close thought. Yeah, you want a lot of stability. You want to bring about a lot of stability, feeling secured. You want a very stable relationship in your life as well, which is really solid and stable to endure any kind of hardships, where two people together can build a lot. Right? But for which two people will have to be each other's anchor, will have to have a very solid willpower, perseverance in their own self, right? They should have a lot of restraint from getting into bad situations, bad company, but also brings about a lot of stability in their life. So this is something that you are probably looking for, that quality, right? And you want to be very direct and open about that situation in your life, because there is an evolution of your soul. You just don't want anybody. You want somebody with whom you can really have that kind of energy, right? Please talk to me about the anchor. And this is, you're kind of making it very clear in yourself that you want things to work out for you in the right possible way, the tracks, right? Which will allow you to move forward, which will allow you to go the distance in your life that you want to, right? Where probably you have, there could be a lot of anger, there could be a lot of fight, tension. You don't want that. You want something very solid in your life now, right? High Priestess. Yeah, this is your inner knowing that you don't want to fight with anybody. You don't want an abusive relationship anymore. You want a relationship that will give you that willpower and that added advantage to bring back a lot of stability in your life, right? Because, okay, this is also what the story is, guys. The reason this is happening is you're taking time here, Sagittarius. It's, because, like I said, you want to be direct about your own situation, and you're embracing an evolution of your own soul, a metamorphosis that's happening within you, where you are coming to your understanding that in order for you to move forward with somebody, you need a stable relationship, a very, very stable relationship where two people can equally balance one another well. That's because in your subconscious state, right? This is your inner knowing that some of you have not been able to move forward. It's because y'all have gone through a lot of pain, anger, tense relationship in your life, right? Or you have seen, not maybe some of you have not experienced it, but maybe it's coming down from something of your past, where you have seen people, you have seen your parents maybe, or you have seen something like that in the family, where where there is a lot of argument and whiplashing, an abusive behavioral pattern in a relationship that does not allow you to move forward. So this is where you are being very careful about your own situation, what you're going to choose now. Because like I said, you're not going to choose anybody and anyone, right? The sun, yeah. The reason being that you are also censoring your inner child issue. So some of you could have seen something in your family at a very early age, right? Where you have seen your parents or one of your parent being very abusive with the other parent. Maybe your father is abusive with your mother, right? And you have seen that pattern. You have seen that kind of relationship. You don't need that in your life, right? And which is also a part of your inner child issue. That is, you know that it is there. So you don't want that thing, that same pattern to be repeated in your own life, Sag. So you're being very intuitively, you are guarding that secret. You're not telling people about that situation. It is your very inner secret that you're guarding, right? But your subconscious mind knows about it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Your subconscious mind knows about it. So that's the reason why you could have taken a wrong decision over a relationship in your life before, where you have made a very hasty judgment call, or you have been a bully with somebody in your life where suddenly you're realizing that it was because this is all related to your inner child issue where your pride and ego did not allow you to move forward with some situation in your life. Right? So, this is where the whole story is, Sag, where you will suddenly discover where you have gone wrong. Right? And the reason it's not your fault, I'm not saying it's your fault, but the reason you're being careful, or the reason that there is an evolution, a change that you want to embrace from something where you don't want that inner child issue to be there with you anymore. You want to have a very solid, structured relationship in your life. So that's where you're taking your time to gather yourself back and bring about the change where you have done your mistake because you had that fear of that inner child issue in yourself. So that's where you have always been very impatient. You have judged people very quickly, and the judgment had come because of your pride and ego. And that pride and ego was more because of your inner child issue, guys, which you probably have even not realized. Right? Let's look at the Two of Cups. So this is where this partnership, if you want a new partnership in your life, you have to allow yourself to move from that situation, right? Yeah, see? Cyclical cycle of change. You have to move away from that inner child issue. You have to move away from that fear. You don't have to judge people so harshly because of your past experience with life, where it's always a shadow side, you're scared about that situation. What if that same situation is repeated in my life? Right? But this is where you have to embrace a change of understanding, right? Please talk to me about the keys. And you have to move. You have to migrate yourself in your understanding. It's a cyclical change of energy that's coming up for you, right? When you will realize what your experiences had been and what more you are there to experience things in a different way for yourself, right? Where you're more established, you're more matured, you're more understanding, even with love, even with relationships, even with partnerships, right? That what earlier you had thought partnerships to be like, you're understanding, or you will come to an understanding that not every partnership is bad or can be bad. There are also good people around your life. You just have to understand that you are a good person too. And that you need to open up and embrace that change of understanding. And only when you can embrace that change of understanding, that maturity in you will come up on the surface. Where you will understand how mature you have become in order to understand your own fault in life as well. Right? Where your sea fox, where it was very much your self-interest kind of an energy, you were not able to open yourself up. You were not embracing any kind of change. You were being deceitful, cunning, sly, right? Some of you, and this was because you were always looking after what is your own self-interest. You were always working for your own self-interest. So this is where the Spirit is saying that you have to let it go. That fear of your inner child has to go. And only when it goes, it's not easy, guys. It will take time. But consciously, you have to embrace the change. to reinvent yourself in your life, to understand that you are a much better person, and that what happened with your parents or your grandfather, or in your family, or with your sister, with your brother, that does not necessarily mean that it will happen with you, right? So you have to keep your mind open and embrace that change, embrace that cyclical cycle of change, where you as a person, you too are growing, you too are developing, you too are becoming more matured in your experience, in your understanding, even with your ambition. You whatever ambition you have in your life, it's more matured. You can act on that with a lot more maturity than being very sly about the whole situation and trying to deceive other people into becoming more ambitious and doing things for yourself, right? So this is where you're coming to understanding your own understanding, Sagittarius, within this period in time, that you have to look after your own soul. Very important. Till such time your soul is in peace with yourself, with your own understanding, till then you're okay. If you're not in peace, if your soul is not in peace with yourself, then anything and everything you do in this world will not bring you any happiness. So learn to embrace that change, guys. Learn to embrace and open up to a different time in your life going forward. Okay, so enjoy this reading until I see you once again. Till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.